Mieko Miyazaki, how are you doing today?
Very fine in Lyon. The weather is very nice today.
Thank you for being part of my surprise cast.
You're welcome. This is my big pleasure.
Tell the listeners where you are located.
I'm Lyon in France, the southeast of France.
How long have you been living in France?
I I left Tokyo 2005, so almost 19 years.
Why did you choose Lyon, France?
At first, I lived in Bordeaux, the famous wine place. And after I lived in Paris 10 years. And after COVID, I wanted to leave the big city, the Paris, to have a little bit of life. So I came to Lyon in the 2021.
Why do you like Lyon?
Yes, very beautiful city, like Milano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, before we get started into your life as a musician,
Mhm.
I would like for us to talk about your childhood experiences. That includes school, friendships, growing up with your parents. So tell the listeners, where did you grow up?
Mhm.
And tell us some things that you remember that were important to you as a child.
I was born in Tokyo, 1969, June 10th, and I grew up in Tokyo, always in Tokyo. And my parents too, they were born in Tokyo. So till 15 years old, I didn't go out the department. I didn't know the Kyoto. I didn't know the north side, always in Tokyo. When I was 15 years old, with school trip travel, I visited Kyoto, and it was amazing. So I discovered my country, but before, always in department. Of course, my parents brought me to the little trip for the vacation, but near Tokyo, in Japan at that time, we didn't have a lot of the holiday. The Japanese worker didn't have a lot of holiday. This is very famous. So my father could not take not more 5 days in the summer vacation. Only five days. Yeah. It was very hard.
Wow.
A long time ago, Not now. The situation was changed, but 40 years ago, it was like this. Yeah. So to go to Kyoto is a big travel. So my parents didn't have the time to do that. My father worked in the big journal newspaper.
Oh,
Yeah, he was very busy.
what did your mom do? Did she work or did she raise you? So your dad worked in journalism?
Yes, my mother, she was English teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah, but her her specialty is to the students to send the university. This is her specialty, to pass the examination. So
Yeah.
she's not good for the conversation. Now she's learning French. Now she speaks French better than English. She cannot speak English.
Were you close to your mom and dad?
Yes, very close.
What makes them special?
My father was a big fan of the music,
Mhm.
and he listened to music always. At that time, this is vinyl LP. He bought the LP, classical music
Yeah.
LP, and he listened every day. And sometimes he bought biography of the famous composer, for example, Beethoven, Mozart, and I read when I was child. So I felt that I have to make the composition when I become 6 years old because Mozart did that.
Yeah.
My father is like that. All his curiosity is for music.
Yes. Did you like school?
No.
Why?
At first, I preferred to stay in my parents' house or my bedroom to listen music and to write something, to draw something. And I like to read, but I don't like to play with the keys. I don't like. So the school days was almost a suffering time.
Yeah. Did you play any sports?
When I was junior high school, I started in badminton. Yeah.
Dan?
So, badminton make a lot of the stroke grip.
Yes.
So physically, I'm very, very solid because of my badminton activity.
So you didn't have many friends?
Yes. Sometimes when I cannot make the big group,
Yeah.
but I want to talk the very close friends and speak about the music or cakes, biscuit or television, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours together. But I'm not good to make the group.
Yes.
This is why I didn't like the school.
I see.
Yeah, but now I like group.
Okay. Okay. So you told us a little bit about your childhood. Thank you. I want to talk to you about how you became involved with music. You said that your father used to play music all the time,
Yes.
classical music.
Yes.
Tell me, what is it about music or classical music that really speaks to your heart? Why do you love it?
For example, do you know the music of the la li la 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 la.
Bum, bum. Yes, that would be
Strauss.
Johann Strauss.
Yes. This is just for me, and my father took me in his arm, and he danced. So for me, classical music is like this to communicate with my family, with my father or my brother, my family. So, I could not judge something my feeling. It was already there in the pressure. The classical music was already there when I started my life because my parents already put the classical music in my heart. So I lived in classical music. Do you understand that I want to say this?
Yes. Yes.
Mm.
Okay. So you love music.
Yes.
Did you take lessons in music while growing up?
My before the elementary school, I went to the kindergarten. This kindergarten is very, very special. Once a week. That's all. But
Okay.
all day. And
Yeah.
we sing, we play the pianos, and we cook, and we grew up the animals, and we plant the vegetables,
Yeah.
and we make the sewing, and we make the bricolage. So this is the kindergarten's curriculum.
Yeah.
So I already played piano when I was 5 years old. This is the same kindergarten of the Ryuichi Sakamoto. Ryuichi Sakamoto graduated this kindergarten.
Wow.
Yes, and when we became 6 years old, we have to compose music. This is the curriculum of this kindergarten.
Wow.
Interesting. And we have to make everyone have to do sewing or cooking.
I see. So, with your love for classical music, what instrument when you were younger really captured your attention? Was it the piano, the guitar, the flute, the violin, the cello?
I listened a lot of the orchestra music because of my father. So the sound of the violin is something, take my body in the dream place. This is not I love the sound of the piano, but the sound of the violin, cello is something special. The dream sound for me.
Would you say that sound is dreamy, but does it help you in your emotions? Does it help you calm down? Does it help you get excited?
Yes, especially the Tchaikovsky Swan Lake.
Yes.
Yeah, Swan
Beautiful.
Lake. Yeah, at first this is a clarinet melody, but after la da da ding, da da da, always this is orchestra. So
Yeah.
the music is very beautiful and the story is very sad. So it shaked the little girls.
Tell me and the listeners, who are these people? Tomiso Haruya
Furuya, yes. She's my koto teacher.
and Sachiko Tamura.
She is my first koto teacher. Koto is my profession, the Japanese harp.
I want to know more. I want to know more about this Japanese harp.
Yes. When I was 9 years old, my father bought classic guitar for me.
Yeah.
But no teacher, so I played myself the classical guitar,
Yeah.
classic guitar alone. And after I wanted to play more the strings instrument, but not the violin, to make how the pants,
Yes.
but pins, how to say English. And my mother found one teacher near our house in the same neighborhood. She's a Sachiko Tamura. And she brought me to the Sachiko, Madam Sachiko, to show the koto. And after, I just decided I will start the koto when I was 9 years old. And I started koto with Sachiko Tamura.
With this koto instrument, it's a stringed instrument.
Yes, like sitar.
Yeah.
This is a koto sound.
This instrument was built and created hundreds of years ago.
Yes. In Japan, the koto imported from China in the 8th century.
Wow.
8th century, very, very old. And the koto, at first, koto was played in the imperial palace.
Yeah.
For emperor and for the noblest people. And after Buddhist monk
Yeah.
started to play the koto. In Japan, a lot of Buddhist monk there's one kind of the monk who traveled a lot in the country, but they were blind.
Oh.
So they play the music and sometimes they make the sutra and they ask the money and they traveled all the countries. And these kind of people started to play koto. And after koto went out from the imperial garden and make make themselves in common city.
Okay. I see. So with this koto, it's made out of wood.
Yes, Polovnia wood.
Okay. Strings are silk.
It was in silk, but now we use the plastic cord, nylon cord.
Okay.
Yes.
And then how do you play it for the listeners?
In 3 fingers,
Yes.
thumb and index and the big finger,
Yes.
we put the little nail. We call it tsume.
Okay.
Yeah. And with tsume, we pass piece the strings.
So that's like a guitar pick.
Yes. Something like this.
Okay. So this koto is what? 5 feet long, 6 feet long, maybe?
Feet. 180 centimeters.
Okay.
Like one big guy.
And you play, well, first of all, how many strings on the koto? 10? 12?
13.
13 strings.
13 strings.
Okay. Now, when you were learning how to play the koto, with the guitar, you can buy a book and you can learn all the notes and the chords. Is that the same thing with this instrument?
The theory is not the Occidental music. There is the Japanese scale.
Yeah.
So the theory of the Western music, Occidental music, doesn't work in the musicology of the koto. We have to run in the musicology of the Japanese traditional music. So my knowledge of the music, classic music, didn't work.
Okay, so if you're using and plucking the strings with one hand, what does your other hand do?
And the left hand
push
the strings. The normally right hand make the sound, and the left hand is the effect.
Okay.
Yeah, but sometimes left hand is used for the pizzicato.
Yes.
Yeah. It's left hand.
With this beautiful and rich instrument, how often do you practice?
Depend on period. Just before the COVID, I released one album of the Goldberg variation, the big piece of the JS back, and I make every transcription of the 30 variation for the koto, and I recorded every variation. At that time, I worked 8 hours or 9 hours a day. Really, 9 hours a day.
Wow.
If not, I could not play. But this week, since yesterday, I didn't study koto. So this is depend on the period. But normally, the instrument, a string instrument, we have to really always practice to keep the sensibility of the finger. Yeah.
Does it hurt your back?
Yes. Yes. My teacher had some problem in the back or bottoms. Very sportive instrument.
So how do you sit at the koto?
Normally, we put ourselves in the ground, in the floor.
Okay.
Without chairs. This is the traditional form.
Yes.
And, but now you saw I put instrument on the stand and
Yeah.
I play on the chair.
I
And
see.
I make the standing, really standing. Depends on the music. Depends on the project.
What was your first recording? Was it Denken?
In Japan, I recorded with one violinist when I was 24 years.
Okay.
And after I worked with a shakuhachi, bamboo flute.
Okay.
And I make the duo. And in France, my first recording is my project, koto and violin and accordion. Yeah, the trio.
Were you very excited when you finally recorded music?
Yes, and especially in France because no one knows me and no one knows koto. But there's two musicians who accepted to make the music with me. At first, this is very good things. And in France, I started my life from zero. So make one CD 10 years, 20 years ago, it was a really big things for me.
Wow.
Yeah. This is my composition. August. 8月 August. I explain the August in Japan with my instrument. So you can imagine very hot and a lot of humidity, and the tree is very sweat. There is the sound of the cigar. Zee, 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 zee. I make that. Sorry.
Thank you. I want to ask you some more questions about playing. To create those sounds, your fingers have to do all the plucking.
Yeah.
You have to bend those strings.
Yeah.
In order to bend the strings, the 13 strings,
Yeah.
you have to have a lot of strength in your fingers. Am I correct? In terms of creating these sounds, how do you get those amazing sounds?
The koto, the structure of koto is very simple. So you heard the string sound, but also you heard the wood sound.
Yes.
Yes, koto is a wood and strings. That's all. So the sound is the vibration of the wood.
Okay.
So if I feel I feel wood. This is the tree. It was tree.
Yes.
Everything's okay. Feel that the sound of the vibration is from the tree, wood. This is very important things. Not only strings.
And I understand that. But when in the koto, are you learning chords? Or are you learning more notes?
In the scale. Notes and scale.
Okay.
Yes. So the scale, Japanese scale, that's explain about the chord. For example, listen. This is the traditional scale, and if I change the note, this is also traditional scale, and traditional scale, traditional scale, traditional scale. Traditional scale. Traditional scale. Everything is traditional scale. So we don't have the theory of the chord, but we have the theory of the scale.
Tell the listeners more about this beautiful album called Sky and Road.
Yes, this is my newest recording with a young, very talented strings quartet, Yako Quartet. Yako, it's Yako, Yako Quartet. The name is like Japanese girls, but they are different. Look for the Japanese musician for Japanese music to make the concert in the Asian Music Museum Hall, the hall of the Asian Museum, and they found me.
Oh.
Yeah. And I proposed to play my composition. I started to write for us, the string quartet and the koto. And I started to write and we started to play. But after we could not work because of the COVID. But I continued to write for us. And just after COVID, we recorded.
There's a song on the album called October.
Yes. October. Yes.
Because it is it's a wonderful song.
Thank you very much. This is,
Do you know why I love that song so much? I love that song because I feel like it takes the listener on a journey.
Oh, thank you. So because I, it's me who make the journey. When I was in the, I traveled in the time, ancient time or future time, not the geography.
Yes.
The time.
Wow.
It was my journey. Thank you very much. I composed in my journey, in my mind.
Yeah.
I'm very happy. Thank you.
You're welcome. And there's another song I really, really like. It is the title of the album, Sky and Road.
Yes.
Were these songs hard to create or did they come naturally?
My childhood, with the classical music, it brought me to this composition because, I heard a lot of the orchestral sound and a lot of the Occidental music, European music. So maybe I wanted to create something with Occidental scale. So the Sky and Road was composed with Occidental scale. Yeah.
But in Sky and Road, there's violin playing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel as though there's a lot of tension. The notes, the bow moving tightly. And then the koto comes in and it opens up the entire song. It makes it lighter and a little bit fluffier.
Maybe, Japan is not so big country like your countries. America is a very big country, and sometime this is maybe Paris, Texas, of the wind benders, the road and sky, and they drove. Maybe this is the image of the sky and road, and this is like who make the music, I think. Yeah, and this movie is very, very strong impact for me. And the visually for me, America is the sky and the road.
Yes.
And maybe I didn't realize, but I composed this tune, Sky and the Road. Yeah. This is from my image of the first image of the United States.
Wow.
Yeah, because of the wind benders. Because I didn't know your countries.
Right. Okay, so do you teach lessons for people that want to learn the koto?
Yes, in France.
For young kids or adults, or it doesn't matter?
Doesn't matter. My youngest student, she is 9 years old, and the oldest is maybe 65 years old.
Okay.
8.
When you're creating and making music, tell the listeners the process. Yeah.
Normally, the composer use a piano or guitar.
Okay.
So I use the koto. And
Yes.
it means I don't have the Occidental scale in my koto. No, normally. So at first I composed by koto with 13 strings. It means 13 note, not more.
Yes.
So the structure was very simple at first. And after I add the other note, but I ask the other instrument, not from me. So the structure of the composition is very simple. We can play with a koto of the 13 strings. And after I imagined which instrument I want and which musician I want. And I add the note and the music become, grow up, music grow up, composition grow up. This is the way.
You like to sing because you have a lovely voice.
Thank you. And, if in San Francisco, there's many koto players. If we say I am kotoist, koto players, it means I am singer too.
Oh.
Traditionally, we have to sing.
Yes.
Yeah. So when I started koto, at first, I had to sing.
Do you like singing?
Now, yes, but when I started koto, no. I wanted to play koto, but it is obligation to sing. So I was disappointed. Now I love sing.
Do you practice singing every day?
Yes, normally yes. But in Japanese music, we don't make the special voice for sing. We have to sing is your voice. This is my voice. We have to sing this speaking voice. Not we should not make the singing voice. This is a singing voice, but in Japanese music, we have to sing with speaking voice.
Wow.
This is my speaking voice. こんにちは、こんにちは、日本人です。And this voice, 梅散る We have to sing this.
Oh, I love this. I'm getting an education. I'm learning so much, obviously, how to play this instrument, the actual instrument, using your fingers, using your voice. There's so much that goes into this.
I don't realize.
You're doing so much to create such beautiful music with your voice, with the instrument. There's a lot, right?
Yeah. Yes, but I play only koto. I don't play violin. I don't play flute. So, we have a lot of capacity. Our body and our brain has a lot of capacity. So make the koto music I use just one part of my brain.
I see.
That this is a pleasure. Physically, this is very hard because koto is a big instrument and my life is traveling to make a concert.
Yeah.
So travel with this koto is very, very hard physically. But when I arrived in the concert hall after this is only pleasure.
Do you like playing in front of people? Do you like performing concerts?
Of course.
Do you get nervous?
No.
No.
No. If I get nervous, I cannot continue. This is my professional work.
Yeah.
So we have to love it.
How do you know when someone likes your concert? How do you know that?
Today, we can get a lot of opinion by the social network.
Yes.
But, after, when we play the concert, when musician play the concert,
Yeah.
we can feel the atmosphere of the audience. And,
The energy.
yes, energy. And they like it or they don't like so much. We can feel really immediately.
Okay.
In playing, we can feel. So if it's the music can make the success, we are very happy. But sometimes it doesn't work. The audience is going to leave. This is very hard. How can I do? But I can do nothing. This is very hard.
What can a listener expect for your music in 2024? Are you going to be performing any concerts? Do you have any new music that you're going to release?
Yeah. Yes, I have now I am composing for the orchestra. So it means concerto. So, since the January of the 2024, I worked a lot for the orchestra and I continue that. And, yes, I play one concert of the koto. The compositor is Daron Hagen, very famous American compositor. And I will play with Swiss Romand Orchestra in Geneva. So this year, 2024 is orchestra year for me. Yeah.
Where can people find your work? How do they learn more about you?
My internet site, miekomiyazaki.com,
Okay.
www.miekomiyazaki.com. I always announce my new project and also Instagram, Facebook. I announce about my activity.
Okay.
But my main activity is YouTube.
That's right.
Yes.
Yes. For all the listeners out there, go to YouTube, check out her work. Some good stuff on there.
Great.
We're going to end this conversation with no music questions. These are questions that help people understand who you are as a person. Are you ready? Mieko, tell us, what is your favorite color?
Blue.
What is your favorite animal?
Cat.
What is a book that you like to read over and over again?
Over again. Count of the Monte Cristo of the Alexandre Dumas. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yes.
That is my girlfriend's favorite book of all time. We were just talking about that yesterday.
Oh, really?
She loves that book. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, this is the perfect. There is the adventure, there is the combat, and there is a love. It's perfect. I read maybe 1,000 times or 10,000 times. I don't remember.
Oh, I can't wait to tell my girlfriend this. Okay. Do you like breakfast, lunch, or dinner more?
Lunch.
What is your favorite type of weather?
With the sunshine, but I love the raining. I was born in the rainy season.
Yeah.
And I love the Ostensia. Hydrangea.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Hydrangea. This is the flower of the rainy season.
Okay. Got it. Do you like to cook?
Yes.
What do you like to cook?
I love to eat.
What kind of food?
Some Japanese food, and I like the hamburg steak.
Okay.
Yes,
Do you have any pets?
3 cats.
Do you have any children?
No.
Do you have any brothers or sisters?
Yes, I have one big brother, older brother,
Where does he live?
in Kamakura, in Japan.
Do you like to travel?
Traveling is my job, but I love traveling, but I also love to stay in my house, in my home.
Couple more questions, okay? Do you have any tattoos?
No.
Do you like to go shopping for clothes?
Yes.
Do you prefer money or happiness?
Happiness.
Do you like morning or nighttime?
Nighttime.
Do you like to drive or fly?
Fly.
Tell the listeners a movie that you love.
Martin Scorsese, The Silence,
Okay.
about the Christianism in the 60th, 70th century in Japan. There's a lot of Jesuits who came to Japan, and after Japanese make the forbidden the Christianity,
Yeah.
and they killed all Christians. And this was very hard movie, but very, very beautiful movie. Martin Scorsese movie, but so this
Yeah.
is hard. Really beautiful movie.
It's called Silence.
Silence.
Yes.
Silence of the Martin Scorsese.
3 more. Are you ready?
Yes.
What makes you sad?
Death of the pet.
Yeah. What makes you so happy?
Where I get the nice reputation of the music.
Last question. Are you ready?
Yes.
Who are you?
I am a woman, Japanese woman, 55 years old, and I'm an Asian woman who live in France. This is me.
That loves to play music.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
this is the big base.
Mieko, thank you so much for this conversation.
Thank you, William. My English is terrible. I must say that.
No, this is great. We said between 45 minutes and an hour. We're almost at an hour.
Yes. But thank you to speak for me, the simply and
Oh, yes. Of course. I would like to thank Sylvia for connecting us. So, Sylvia, if you're listening to this podcast, thank you so much.
yeah. Thank you very much. And when you make the online, please tell me.
Of course. Okay, so people that are listening, check out this beautiful, beautiful instrument that Mieko plays so beautifully. As you heard, you can go to YouTube to check out her music. You can go on Spotify, all there. And it's an instrument that I feel, even though it's been around for so many years, it's a very mysterious instrument.
Yes.
And I love that about, that.
Thank you. Thank you.
So you are welcome and look forward to maybe you'll come to the United States and play one day.
I hope. I
Okay.
really hope.
Okay. Maybe we can make that happen. Take care, everyone. My name is William, host of the High Art on the Edge page, host of Surprise Cast. This has been a real entertaining and educational episode. Remember, great music is out there. you just have to keep your ears open. Ciao.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.